I better hit this record button here. Okay, I did that. Now what happens?
I believe.
Now we sing.
I believe, MDeathMech, you give the intros.
I do?
Yes.
You sing.
I sing.
Sing them.
I have to sing?
Yes.
Why the hell did I approve this bullshit?
Why'd you have me on? That's a better question.
Shit, I guess I better say something. Shit. Fuck, Tumblr, help me. I don't always die when playing video games, but when I do, motherfucking stupid piece of shit, broken ass fucking game, fucking shit, fuck. Alright.
That's
there.
painful.
That's the song of my people.
That's the song of your people?
That's the song of my people.
I'm not quite... I'm not drunk, but I guess I could probably sing Gilligan's Island.
No, don't. Please don't. Oh, it's just... Oh, fuck, man. It's just after seeing this Wii U Pro controller, it's just... I just want to do like Nintendo and just give up.
Have you lost faith in humanity?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you know, there's people who... You know, humanity sucks, but it's like, Jesus Christ, this is just this controller is the last straw. I just wanna blow up the earth.
Dude, like, the Holocaust was nothing to this.
Yeah, I mean, 9/11, fuck, you know, that was just a bad day. This is a tragedy.
You get a low score for that reference.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Alright, MDeathMech, give us our title and our intros.
Oh yeah, we're doing a podcast. I forgot. The Grand Canterlot Cavalcade in Color, a Gentle Cults podcast for sophisticated bitch niggas.
Bitch niggas.
Episode 17. We need a title. We need two. We'll figure that out later. I am MDeathMech, the apathetic host of this podcast thing. And there's Bullshits.
I'm right here, the co-host of this apathetic train wreck.
Maybe we could title it, you know, J Hoof's Jizz Bucket Junction.
It is my Jizz Bucket Junction.
Right.
Oh, the Google Docs are right there. You can put that in.
Do it.
And
Do
speaking
it.
of J Hoof, our two fine, fantastic, amazing guests this week are, once again, J Hoof. Hey, J Hoof.
Hey.
And Azure Kadabra.
Why did
Hello.
I say Jizz Junction?
I am no longer under the influence of the Swedish people.
Fucking
You're no longer under PewDiePie's gaze. Or Rossack, King of Sweden.
You can't blame PewDiePie for Svedka. You can't. There's no connection.
That's probably true. I'll give you that, maybe. What's orange and looks good on hippies? Fire? Who put that in?
Alright, that's now the title of our episode. It's official.
Okay, fine.
Oh, I was really fond of J-Host Jizz Junction thing.
No, it's what's orange and looks good on hippies. Fire.
Damn.
That's good. Well, I guess you could say who's here, but who's not talking.
Alright, in the Skype chat group, he's got his mic muted because he's just listening in. We have Sean and H. So
Yeah,
technically he's a guest.
Yeah, but he's too high to really talk.
Don't worry. Whatever he posts, I shall read dramatically.
I like doing dramatic reading.
I think that's a good idea. And whatever he types, you should just when we're in the middle of a conversation, you just bust in dramatic, read it, and then we just continue on. Whatever pile of tripe he puts out. God damn it, this podcast is horrible. I'm sorry, listeners.
All right, I'm definitely.
I'm not.
Let's move it along. Hit us up with that metal shit.
Yeah, that metal shit. Does anybody know where Lucky is? Seriously, we don't know where the fuck he is. Help.
Yeah,
we've lost our co-host.
I've been messaging him all day about us doing a podcast today, and there's just been no response. I have no idea where he is.
None of us do. If you're on Tumblr or somewhere, please help us.
Well, first of all, I want to know what you guys did with the real in Deathmix, because those two would never give a fuck about some Canadian card thing.
Well, it's not that we really care about him, it's just that we're responsible for him. It's sort of like when you check out a book from the library. You kind of have to return...
that thing.
He comes to the podcast and he leaves his special little helmet here every single time. He left without it. He's trying to return it to him.
Yeah. Oh, you mean like those dick helmets I posted about a couple days ago?
That's not exactly what I was talking about, but let's go with that because it's slightly less offensive than what I was just talking about.
No, I'm not. Those dick helmets, I like want to order like 20 of them and put them in a bowl and like eat them during Canterlot Gardens. Just have a bowl of dick helmets and just eat them because they're made out of chocolate. They're like little Viking helmets and little fireman helmets.
So
you're supposed to put them on the end of your penis. So
what you are saying is you are professing to a want of swallowing an entire bowl of dickheads.
Of dick helmets. Foreskin. Chocolate foreskin.
Has anyone ever thought about getting the authorities involved? I mean about Lucky.
Said Sean NH in the chat.
And now he's scribble, erase, then disappeared. Wait, hold on.
Oh, he's typing.
Typing something. Scribble.
Where's he at, man?
He types slower than Crooked Trees. And Crooked Trees type slow.
How do you know Crooked Trees type slow?
Because I talk to him a lot.
Yeah. See, we're in the know. See that we got that shit. We're famous. We talk to all the big boys. Anyway, fucking A. Mbozo, let's get to the cool shit.
All right.
Oh, let's give him more to edit.
If I have to edit the hell out of this episode, I'm going to drive down to where J-Huff lives and punch him in the stomach.
Oh, dude, that's my fetish, man.
So my first couple of pieces of cool shit are kind of personal things, but this is my first thing. I just got pulled on to do a project with some people from the Daily Yote, as well as a fanfic author, to do a visual novel version of My Little Dashie with music and pictures and text, and it's a visual novel. We actually got permission from the fanfic author who wrote My Little Dashie, and he's also on the team helping us go through and write everything. And I'll be doing the music for that, so look out for that. I'll be talking about it on Tumblr a bit as the project comes along.
Spoiler for My Little Dashie, the dog dies.
Snape kills Gandalf.
Yes. Dumbledore is a pansexual.
At least she didn't kill Dumbledore.
Harry Potter is a cisgender. I just learned what that was. That's stupid. Anyway.
Alright, on to you, MDefMech.
Yeah, this thing I have is a Tumblr. An Ask Pony Tumblr.
Really?
Yeah. And it's about this pony called Albino Pie. And it's basically Pinkie Pie as an albino. And it's really cute.
Fucking albinos.
And she's really sad because she got picked on a lot as a filly because she's an albino. Because albinos are like gingers. They're unnatural freaks that deserve all the ridicule.
Yeah.
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 Fucking mutants.
God.
Yeah. We've gotten over calling fags monsters. Now we've moved on to gingers. I've declared it. Gingers and albinos, they're monsters. They need to be destroyed.
They do need to be destroyed.
Yeah.
Especially since I just saw a picture of her roasting a rarity. That fucking cunt.
But it's really cute, and apparently she's super obsessed with becoming Tumblr famous, a la Ass Surprise, Ass Hot Blooded Pinkie Pie, and at that one Pinkie Pie with the glasses, I can never remember her name, but apparently she's really famous, I guess, for something. Nobody else knows? Okay, cool. So, yeah, that's my thing. It's actually really cute. So, go check it out. And it is actually being updated a lot, so I don't think this is going to die. I hope. I just totally jinxed it, didn't I? It's going to die, right?
Yeah, you just fucked this Tumblr.
Oh
right
man,
now.
you've ruined this artist's life.
Fuck. Well, it's our new mantra now to destroy all albinos. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, guys, I actually do have a cool shit. I don't think you guys can handle it, though.
Yeah.
I'm actually lucky.
You're very lucky to be
No, I
blocked.
am lucky.
Oh, God, this is horrible.
This is what happens when you have someone that hasn't slept for 5 days.
Yeah, he just gets on a Tumblr about pregnant chicks.
Yeah, I just can't help that fat upper pussy area, man. God.
Yeah, it has like a parasite inside of it.
And all those dead kittens in the fat folds. Oh God, yes.
It's like Alien.
It's painful.
It's fucking horrifying. Oh God, there are lactation pics. That's disgusting. Fuck this. No. Dave, you're horrible.
I am horrible.
Pick that? Why would you ever pick that?
Don't you mean lucky?
Yeah, I suppose.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. That's awful.
Yeah, someone's regretting having me on now.
Azure, what do you have, please? Let's get off this horribleness.
No, let's continue to be on the horribleness.
Gentlemen,
No.
if I may ask a favor, could you cycle around Ben and yourself again once and get back to me? I'm gonna need to take something for this.
What, you need to take a shit?
I completely destroyed the man.
No, in case you didn't see what I posted in the text, my tooth is suddenly fucking killing me, and I have no painkillers in the house.
Oh, alright, go ahead and go take care of that shit, dude.
I'm gonna take a shot at something.
In that case, it comes back around to me. The second thing I have is also a personal thing. I've just started a music blog, mbullshitmusic.tumblr.com. I've decided, my Tumblr blog is what it is. It's a personal blog, but I need a place to have my music get posted without it being drowned out by all of my other reblogs. So all of my remixes and all the music and anything I'll be doing for this Smile Dashy visual novel will be going straight into this Tumblr. So if you're interested in checking out any of the music that I do, go ahead and give this blog a follow.
Alright, cool.
MDeathMike, that brings it up to you.
Alright, cool. Next thing is, this commission. This commission. Yeah, the commission that Cardigan finally put up for the Grand Cantalot Cavalcade. It's, of my OC, of Bullshit's OC, and Lucky's OC, and it's parodying picture, actually, an event that happened at the Sundance Film Festival.
So wait a second, are you actually Kevin Smith?
I kind of look like him. I'm fat like him.
Well,
and I have facial hair.
Well, you are now Kevin Smith to me.
Actually, technically, looking at the picture, I kind of look more like Malcolm. He's the guy who...
not Malcolm. We only care about Kevin Smith.
In case you're wondering, Malcolm is the dude holding the Dick's Taste Yummy sign.
I know.
Yeah. Well, no, that's not for you. That's for the listeners.
Well, I don't care about the listeners.
Obviously, listening to your fucking podcast.
Exactly. I made people leave. So I'm a racist asshole.
Yeah, apparently. Fucking prick. I don't have my A game here. I'm sorry. I was at Ren Fair all day. And Jay Hoof was at a furry convention or something.
Yeah, I was going around fucking furries with Sean and Boinko and everyone else.
Yeah, you guys were Yeah, well, I was watching elves chase airliners flying overhead, screaming dragon, and looking at overpriced drinking horns. Oh my god, they fucking rape you on those prices. Anyway, yeah. So check it out. Cardigan Pony did this really awesome commission for us. It's totally cool. And if you're offended by it, you can fuck off.
Just remember, Dick tastes yummy.
Yes. As stated by Lucky and Malcolm. So.
Yes.
All right.
Just remember, Muse fucks like a god.
Yes. If you don't know who Muse is,
and why are you?
Yeah, you need to burn into Taurus.
Yeah.
So, all right.
I can come up with some since he's not back.
Okay, do something.
Okay, I'm on the spotlight.
Yes, it's on you. It's on you. Do something. Dance.
I will dance. Dance with my people.
Yes.
Oh God, look at all that fat jiggle. It's disturbing. Oh God, why am I doing this? Curse you, MDef. Curse you.
Yes, that's how it works.
All right, I've returned.
Okay, he's returned.
Okay, good.
I don't have to dance anymore. Thank God.
I apologize, gentlemen.
All right, Azure, give us a rundown of what your cool shit is for this week.
All right, so I've been Mr. Gaming Motherfucker, I suppose, for the past couple of the past everything, because that's what I do. But today I bring you another little Let's Play that I think a lot of people should see, just like I was talking about last time for Illbleed, just about the sheer ridiculousness of it, just about how it's both really terrible and really awesome at the same time. This is just this is so stupid that it's absolutely hilarious. There was a SNES game called Captain Novolent that was made for use as sort of like educational software. It was of course paid for by Novolent, the company that makes Novolent rather. It's basically about a superhero named Captain Novolent who has type 1 diabetes. And it's all about teaching you about, basically teaching you about diabetes. And it's actually a pretty shitty game, but it's absolutely hilarious at the same time. And so this LP here, if you know anything about LPs, you probably know about slow beef and diabetes, and they're both on this LP, and they make this LP absolutely hilarious. It's really worth checking out, and I think more people should see it.
Why did this ever get Nintendo seal of approval?
Because a lot of things got the Nintendo. Hey, if you think Captain Novolent is bad, you should look up Rex Ronan, Experimental Surgeon. Okay, that's all. That's all about teaching about about all the dangerous, icky, nasty side effects of smoking. I shit you not. That is exactly what Rex Ronan, Experimental Surgeon is. And the thing is that at least Captain Novolent is hilarious. Rex Ronan is just extremely preachy and very boring. It is a very dull game.
Makes you wonder why they approved those games and then improved those Bible games.
Those Bible games are the best games ever. Don't you dare diss them.
Oh, I'm not trying to diss them. I'm just surprised that they gave this pile of garbage the Nintendo seal of approval, but not those Bible games.
That's because those were made in Japan, and the Japanese are Buddhist.
Captain Novolin was not made in Japan. It was entirely Western creation. It was It was a pharmaceutical company creation, dude.
Umbrella started early then.
Yeah, this sort of reminds me of it reminds me when I was reading back on the game Crash of 1983, and about how just there was no quality control and just anybody could put out a fucking game for the Atari 2600, and how you had pet food brand, you had video games about dog food.
Quaker Oats, legit. Quaker Oats had a game company that produced video games called US Games.
Yeah.
I shit you not. Quaker Oats had a video game company.
Well, and then the Nintendo seal of quality was meant to go in to say, hey, we're not going to let this stupid shit get past, but apparently they did. And actually, they started off early on, because now I'm just remembering about that one game that Domino's Pizza put out for the Nintendo system, about the Noid.
Did you know the Bible basically says it's more than okay to fuck animals than for man to sleep with men?
That's because the Bible's ahead of its time, and having sex with animals is the next step in evolution.
Are you saying the Bible? Are you saying the Bible is hipster?
Yes.
Oh, Book of Leviticus never change you.
Oh, you're a thorn in the side of every Christian.
Oh man.
We're getting preachy here.
All right, back to you guys.
All right, so yeah, enough with the Let's Play corner. Back to them bullshit.
I think if we start having BH Hammy on regularly, we'll just have to make the Let's Play corner with BH Hammy.
Yeah,
we can write you a theme song.
Why don't we make a racist corner with me?
Well, hey, every single Let's Play that I have brought on this podcast, I guarantee you is absolute gold. I would not have brought it up here as a cool shit if I did not think it was absolutely hilarious or it was really informative.
Oh, we're not ragging on you for the content. It's just you have a theme.
It's a trend.
Yeah.
Well, that's because I'm a gamer first and foremost, even beyond ponies.
And that's totally cool. We should get Omnipony to commission an intro for it.
Okay.
You know what? That would actually be kind of awesome.
That would be really cool if he would do that. Anyways, on to my next thing.
Yes.
My next thing is another fan fiction. I've decided to start pimping fan fictions and stuff we don't normally pimp, stuff outside Tumblr, more and more now. And this one is a fairly popular one, but not everyone has read it. It's called Once Bitten, Twice Shy. It is a shipping fan fiction about Twilight and Fluttershy, and it's really funny. It's a shipping comedy, sort of like an absurdist shipping comedy. Very, very fun, very cute. It's really short too, only about 4 chapters. And it's just I haven't laughed at a shipping fan fiction this much since I read Once Bitten, Twice Shy. So definitely give that a read. It's a lot of fun. Unfortunately, the only place it's hosted is on Equestria Daily. So the whole film fiction crowd, a lot of those people haven't read it because it's on Google Docs and hosted on Equestria Daily. So a lot of people who frequent film fiction and don't look at stuff on Equestria Daily actually haven't read it yet because it's not up there. So that's why I'm pimping it.
Yeah, I'm definitely in that. I'm definitely in that camp just because film fiction makes it so easy to just download a text file and put it on your Kindle, which is really, really nice, which you can't do on Equestria Daily. So
unless they link film fiction.
Yeah, unless they do that. So, all right, cool. Well, on to me. This game I have. This is actually an upcoming indie game. It's supposed to come out next year. It's called Among the Sleep. and it's sort of a game based on the trend of the survival horror, the rebirth of survival horror, where you are completely helpless. It's a lot like Amnesia, where Amnesia, you don't have any weapons, all you have is a lantern, and you're just trying to get away. You know, you're trying to just get away from those horrible, horrible monsters. If you watch any of PewDiePie's videos, you know exactly what I'm talking about, or you may have played the game. I haven't played the game because I'm too scared to. I'm a big, gigantic pussy when it comes to those type of games. And this one is probably going to surpass Amnesia, because in Among the Sleep, the protagonist is a 2-year-old baby. It's a toddler. You are a toddler. And you get put to bed, everybody goes to sleep, you wake up, and weird stuff is happening. And you kind of are exploring your house, and you are exploring from the point of view of a 2-year-old child in the middle of a thunderstorm in this dark, empty house. And there's weird shit going on. There's thunder, the ground shakes, you see movements in windows and doors, cabinets, the doors open, and just all kinds of all this terrifying shit from the perspective of a 2-year-old child. And the video in there is early sort of like alpha footage, so it's not, because it actually kind of shows you sprinting, which I don't think a 2-year-old can do. I don't think a 2-year-old can sprint, but it's pretty accurate to how a 2-year-old sees the world, where it just looks kind of weird, and like, you know, when, you know, he doesn't walk very well. He kind of bobs back and forth, side to side. He has the only thing you can really do is push open doors. You can't even really open doors. You just have to push them open. And you got your fat little hands. From what they've written, once they get fixed, if you try to run too fast, you'll fall over, and then you have to crawl and then get back up. And this is a game that's probably going to be incredibly controversial, because it has a 2-year-old in a survival horror game, a kid in a horror game. So, but regardless of that, it looks like it's a really incredible concept, and I think this is going to be a really, really popular game, and I can't wait to see Let's Play videos from PewDiePie playing this game, because I think he's going to be fucking terrified.
Yeah, I've seen this video also, and the game does look really cool.
Yeah,
I'm actually really excited for this game.
Yeah, it's gonna be, and I think just riffing a little bit, games like Amnesia and games like this are really only popular on the PC for some reason. Amnesia never came out on any consoles, and I think if they tried to put these games out on consoles, they'd probably really fail, because I think there's a certain mindset in PC gamers that they really take to games like these. So yeah, this looks like it's pretty much only gonna be on Mac and PC. So check out Steam; it'll probably be on Steam. So that's it. I'm done.
All right, I'm the only person left with one cool thing. My last cool shit is the MLP Fanfiction Challenge Tumblr.
All right,
God.
We put out a notice last week in hopes of getting some followers and starting a challenge this week. Unfortunately, we only have 5 followers, and 3 of them are in this podcast right now.
Oh goodness.
So we need more followers. It is only one person has said that they will submit anything other than myself, and possibly Deathmech. So
you'll just get pissed off at it.
So we need more followers. Help us spread the word so we can possibly start our first challenge next week. Regardless of how many followers we have, we will start a challenge next week. But I'm just trying to drum up some support for it. because I really like to get the ball rolling on this MLP Fic Challenge Tumblr.
These Fic challenges, are they going to be like the artist training ground type challenges or whatever? It's just set along a theme or certain limitations or something.
It's going to be along the lines of the other challenge Tumblrs that are on Tumblr's, the artist challenge. It won't be a 30-minute challenge, at least not every time, because fics take a little bit longer to work through. The length of time will actually be variable. We'll have hour challenges, we'll have day challenges, anything like that, and it'll be depending on what the theme is. So if the theme is rarity in a helicopter, that's probably a 30-minute challenge, something like that. So.
Write a
definitely
fan fiction.
Yeah, a Chinkity fan fiction.
That's the entire challenge right there. Write a Chinkity fan fiction.
You have 10 minutes. Go.
Yeah, she runs a dry cleaners.
Herp Derp has just said,
"Shit, man! I've been at work all day and I'm tired. I'm sorry for disrupting the flow. I know you might not know it, but I really respect you guys. I love you all. Sorry I was so stoned. Good night. I'll listen after I catch up on episodes and stuff. Peace."
Yep, Sean and H has just dropped out of the call.
And you forgot, you forgot to say repsect instead of respect.
And
yeah,
he was pretty high.
That guy was so fucking stoned.
He was really high.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Oh God. Okay. Wow.
And with that, I think we can transition on over to our main topic for the night, which I know a few of us have quite a bit to say about.
Yes, we do.
Actually, we have a decent one tonight.
I don't know what's going on, so
this is actually a good topic. We have finally a good topic. So it's heads of the fandom and fandom fame, and who would like to get us started?
I can get the ball rolling on this one.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, because you got some direct experience with this.
Yes, I do. So the mentality I'm talking about here, heads of the fandom and fandom fame, is this idea that there are certain important people in the fandom who you must get to know well, and they'll pimp your shit. And fandom fame being having all these followers and having all these subscribers and being popular. I dislike this whole idea. And at the center of it all, really, and I'm not taking shots at this website because I absolutely adore this website and the people running it, but at the center of it all is the website Equestria Daily. Much love and much respect to Sithisto, Serial, and Fee, who run an excellent website, but it's not so much EQD in itself, but the portrayal that the fandom has of Equestria Daily and sites like Derpy Hooves News and to a lesser extent Pony Chen.
And Bronyville and
Everfree Northwest, Radio. It's this mentality, this idea that people only pay attention to things. People will only pay attention to things that are pimped on this site or that podcast, and so it's all about getting onto this site or this podcast. People make this huge deal out of getting onto Equestria Daily, and people who frequent Equestria Daily make a huge deal out of everything on Equestria Daily. So it's not so much Sithisto, Serial, and Fee who are the heart of the problem. It's the people who only frequent those websites. Equestria Daily is not the end-all, be-all of the pony fandom. Sithisto is popular and famous, but he is not the head of the fandom. Apple Cider is ridiculously famous and popular, but he is not the head of the fandom. And people who listen to Bronyville and Everfree Radio and people who frequent Equestria Daily put these guys up on a pedestal and worship them almost, and it's kind of disgusting. Because, well, let me just start off on fanfiction, and I'll let you guys come in and comment. My biggest gripe with Equestria Daily is the way they handle fanfiction. I think it's great that Equestria Daily wants to only post the good fan fiction, and they have pre-readers and all of that. I think that's a great idea. But the problem with that is people who go to Equestria Daily refuse to read anything, other than that. They only read the stuff that's on Equestria Daily. So people who write fan fiction, all they care about is getting up on Equestria Daily, and when they don't get up there... Sorry, there are people yelling in the background.
Yeah, who's the one with...
That's not me.
That's a bunch of drunk assholes. I'm going to step inside for a sec.
Oh, wow, no. The tables have turned. It's them bullshit fucking around.
All right. And so people make this big deal out of getting up on Equestria Daily, and a lot of fanfic authors who don't get their stuff up on Equestria Daily, who get their stuff rejected from Equestria Daily, stop writing because they figure, if I don't get up on Equestria Daily, nobody's going to read what I write. And that is true to a certain extent because there are people who will only read things that are on Equestria Daily. And I think that that's disgusting. That ruins the whole spirit of fan fiction, which is just doing things for fun. Now, because of people frequenting Equestria Daily, it's all about doing things to get famous. And I think that's absolutely silly. And I was kind of hoping Sean and H would be on this because he has a bit to say about the musician community in that respect. But we can talk about it later. So I'll open up the floor to you guys to say what you want to say.
Well, actually, I think you guys probably have a little bit more to say about it than I do. But I guess what I could say is that, it really fucking sucks because, you could see, it really kind of hurts people who prefer not to go to those sites to promote their shit because, they don't really have the viewership they deserve. I'm really fucking this up, aren't I?
No, go on, you're fine.
Okay, well, another place I see it is also on Tumblr. There are many ass blogs on Tumblr, and I guess some really good examples are actually that new Tumblr that started that insanely rabid brony Tumblr.
Oh god, I love that Tumblr.
Yeah, and it seems like a lot of the comments they get are from people who only choose to view a small portion of the fandom and then have a very biased and incorrect view of the fandom. A very skewed view of the fandom, which means that they actually kind of promote some pretty bad shits. I don't know, I'm rambling here, so somebody else take over, please. Anybody?
I'm not going to say everything I have to say because of one person that thought they were one of the heads of the fandom. Ben knows what I'm talking about, but...
go ahead and say it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead and say it. It's fucking Purple Tinker.
Okay, yeah, it's fucking Purple Tinker. God. Honestly, it's that kind of attitude that really makes me hate the quote-unquote heads of the fandom idea. There are no heads of the fandom for the brony community. It's everyone. And you shouldn't put people up on such high pedestals just because they're on a popular website or something.
You know what the thing about all this is? Here's a central point right here. The thing is that people are attaching this notion of fandom to people, to things. And the thing is that the only thing that we should be attaching the notion of this fandom to is My Little Pony. That's the thing is that the fandom is not you. It's not me. It is all of us. It is all of us coming together. It is not a certain group of people. It is not a certain clique of people. It's not certain websites. It's not any of that crap. It is exactly what the fuck we make of it. That is exactly what this fandom is. Take it or leave it.
actually, Azure, that you make a you typed it out, but you make a really good point about the whole circle jerking, and that's actually a very notorious problem everywhere in the fandom. I mean, there are a perfect example is I'm pretty sure Ben's not gonna have much to say on it, but a perfect example is Mike the Microphone and the whole Brony musician community. They have their little clique of fans and their Skype chats, and they really it is an absolute circle jerk. And the thing that really sucks about it is they don't really do what they came out of the gate pretty strong with putting out really kick-ass music and really cool lines and shit. But then they kind of grew popular and then kind of just became lazy, and now they're just the only reason they're popular is because they're popular. They've become like Paris Hilton's.
Well,
a lot of them.
Here's the thing. Coming back to my point, this whole idea of circle jerking. That's the thing that's perpetuating all of this. It's putting out. It's people putting out this perception that there's these big cheeses that you have to kiss up to, or that you have to be friends with, or you have to associate with, or have to get them to pimp your shit to get your message out there. And the thing is that you don't. There's the whole, there's that whole thing, but it's ultimately going to come down to the quality of what you have to offer, not always necessarily who you know. And that's the thing that perpetuates this whole thing, is that people seem to fixate on this idea that if you're with these few certain people, or if you meet with their approval, or you get them to pimp your shit, then suddenly that gets your work and your message out there. And the thing is that it doesn't exactly work like that, or at least it shouldn't.
Well, let me make a point. Actually, with this podcast, we have a really shitty podcast here. I'm going to be completely honest. This is a horrendously unprofessional podcast. We suck. There's a lot of editing that goes into cutting out pauses because we're not prepared a lot of the time. But you know what? That's fine, because this is a podcast whose selling point is that it's unprofessional and offensive and vulgar. And MDef, go ahead and just sort of tell me out here, about how many downloads do we get a week?
A week?
Yeah.
I'd say about, actually for the month of May, we've had about 700 downloads a week, 2,400 for the month. I mean...
You're welcome. That was all May.
Yes.
J-Hoof over here downloading each episode 50 times.
I can't help it.
Here's the point I'm making. 700 downloads a week. That's 700 unique listeners every week. That is really good for a podcast. A lot of people don't know that, but a small backwater podcast like ours, to have 700 a week, that's really good. And that's not just me patting myself on the back. That's really good. Are we ever on Equestria Daily?
No.
Never. We are never on Equestria Daily. Are we on Derby Hoods Network?
Nope.
Nope. We're not on Pony-chan. We're not on Fim-chan. We
don't advertise on any of the Reddits.
We don't advertise any of that. We are solely based on Tumblr and the few listeners who listened in off of MDefMech's old podcast.
Yeah. And I kind of came into the whole podcasting thing totally thinking that I had to be on Equestria Daily, and then thinking that, because I kind of had a really skewed view, because I listened to podcasts like the Destructoid podcast and the Twit podcast, and where they had thousands and thousands and thousands of downloads a week. And I thought to be a popular podcast, I had to have those numbers. So I just, I really hoarded out to Equestria Daily, and I got a lot of listeners for it. But then I realized that in order to continue being on Equestria Daily, I'd have to conform to certain guidelines, and then I made a choice to no longer do that. And I still maintain my listenership, but yeah, I kind of, with this topic, I'm kind of looking at it from both points of view, where I felt the need to justify what I was doing by gaining the acceptance of Equestria Daily. So I kind of know, I kind of know both sides of this. And that's why with the GCC, we took a totally different approach of just don't advertise it at all. Just let it pass through word of mouth. And and in the realm of podcasting, 700 downloads a week is incredibly popular. That's like in the top. I mean, I'm just pulling that out of my ass. That's that's definitely not on the level of like Twit or Destructoid. But it's still like in the top half of podcasts, because most podcasts probably barely break, maybe 100 downloads a week.
Thanks for bringing that up, MDef.
What?
You and your god status. All right, rough throwing.
Well, let me continue this.
Earth.
Let me continue this line of conversation that is dangerously close to circle jerking.
Oh God, yes.
Let's talk about Bronyville, and I'm not going to say anything about the quality of the show Bronyville because I'm on it and I can't really say anything, except that I think that it's a fine podcast. But Bronyville gets a post on Equestria Daily every week now when they upload an episode, and the average number of downloads that Bronyville gets a week, last I checked with Apple Cider, is 6,000 downloads a week. That is absurd. For a My Little Pony podcast, that's an absurdly huge number. And I'm not saying that we should diminish what Bronyville is, because I think Bronyville is a fine podcast, but that's the power of Equestria Daily. And what's sad is that people buy into that. And I'm not saying that I'd like to have 6,000 downloads on this podcast a week, because God knows I don't really want my name associated with Last Thing I Jacked Off To everywhere. But that's just there's an example right there. And no, I'm not comparing this show to Bronyville, because Bronyville is a completely different kind of show. It's a completely different kind of podcast from this one. But that just sort of outlines the way that people make Equestria Daily work. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is go out there and find other shit. Like, we pimp cool shit every week on here, but that's because we like to pimp things that we think need more attention, for the few people that listen to us. But go out there and, find other stuff, because there is some great shit in this fandom that isn't getting the attention that it deserves, because people are only paying attention to the big heads of the fandom, quote-unquote heads of the fandom, and what they like. What those people like is subjective to them. And it could be that you find something that is wildly inappropriate for Equestria Daily, like any porn.
Or my website, or yours.
Yeah, or our website. And it might be that you'll find something that you really like. And the problem here is people simply aren't doing that. They're taking too much stock in what the few people who are popular think, and not thinking for themselves.
Which, real quick, if you don't mind me interjecting, I was actually talking about this at our meetups at ACON, because a couple people asked, I don't really see you on Equestria Daily. Why is that? And I told them I stopped really asking Seth to post me on nightly roundups because of the fact that I don't want to change my style just so I can get views. I do this for fun. I'm not doing this
exactly. We're all here because we enjoy doing this. We're not here because we get popular.
I spend the money to put my stuff up there. I spend the money for my equipment and stuff. No, I'm not going to make any of this money back. I'm perfectly fine with that. And someone asked me how I deal with haters who always say, this is just a kid show, grow up. I told them I use podcasting as a medium to vent all my anger and stuff, so I don't have to go out and do like some shooting from a crane like they did in Dallas last week. Big story, look it up. It was truly a hoot and holler. But what I'm saying is that everything has a good quality about it. Like when I discovered this podcast, I don't mean to jerk
Brown
off in your
nose,
face or anything. Oh God, my nose is completely brown right now. But it was the fact that you guys didn't give a damn what people thought of the content of your podcast that made me love you guys. I love anyone that's willing to stand up and say, hey, here are my opinions. I don't give a fuck what you say. And I was actually talking to one guy who wasn't even sure he wanted to associate himself with my podcast because we usually cuss and stuff like that. And I told him, hey, there's this one podcast you should listen to because your opinions are basically the same as Lucky, MDF, and Ben. Sorry, Ben. I've gotten used to calling you Ben instead of M bullshit.
Yeah.
But that's what I told him. I said, just because they may say something that you don't agree with, they actually do believe in the same stuff you do. If that makes any sense. I know I'm rambling. I'm tired.
Well, and let me actually backpedal for a second, because MDef Mike brought up a great point about the musician community, and I have a lot of things that I'd like to say.
I kind of want to backpedal on that too, because I kind of made it out that I was kind of attacking Mike the Microphone. I don't intend to do that. What I was trying to make the point with the musician community was that it got from my outside perspective, it got to the point where there were a lot of musicians, a lot of aspiring musicians who felt the need that if they didn't get a nod and praise from Mike the Microphone, from Omnipony, from Entero Bongpai, from all these different people, that it wasn't worth it to continue producing music. And that's a terrible thing, I think. The restriction of creativity is among one of the worst crimes I can think of. And yeah, there was no, active suspect in that, other than the want of popularity. But still, it was a real shame, that a lot of people gave up on wanting to be creative in that realm of, making music. That they just gave up on it because they didn't get a pat on the head from this small clique of people. And I'm not going to say that they didn't encourage it. They could very well. I know some of them didn't. Some of them actively encouraged that kind of mentality, but many of them didn't. They were it just happened, and that's all I want to say on that.
Well, let me talk for a second. This will be a bit of a circle jerk for myself, but let me tell you about the musician community. Like MDF said, we're not attacking anyone in particular. This is the fault of the collective, not any one person. I love Sithisto. I love Mike the Microphone's music. I love Alex S's music. I love Omnipony. He's a great guy. They're all great people, mostly. And so it's not the fault of a person. It's the fault of the collective for placing so much stock in what they say. But let me tell you about the musician community. There was a confession blog that went up a while ago called MLP Music Confessions. You don't really have to see it, but there's one confession in particular. I don't have it up, but I remember what it said. And it was something along the lines of the person who had posted it didn't like that all of the famous people weren't putting out as much music, and now the community is being saturated with noobs and wannabes, and people who aren't as good as Omnipony. And I hated that confession because as someone who posts music online and is something of a musician, kind of wishes he was, I know that
I'm sorry to brown nose some more, but give yourself some credit. I played that song you made, and I had 150 bronies at that meetup, and at least over 75 of them enjoyed the shit out of it. So give yourself some credit.
Mm-hmm. Well, I won't get into that because that's just shameless plugging and self promotion. But
Don't worry, I'll do that for you.
That's what you're here for.
Exactly. That's the only reason why they actually have me here, folks. They just love me rubbing their dicks.
I will neither confirm nor deny that statement.
And bullshit does. I don't really like it.
He just kind of ignores me as he's playing The Binding of Isaac.
Well, what I was going to say was, as somebody who posts music online and thinks of himself as a musician, I know how incredibly difficult it is to do a song and then post it online. You know, it's very scary to do that because music is under such a huge, like, it's under a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Close inspection, I guess. Everyone has their opinions of what music is and what music isn't, and what good music is and what good music isn't. That when you post a song online as a musician, you're scared. You're terrified of what people are going to say, you know, because when I go and I post a song on YouTube, unless I'm drunk, which was the past couple of times, when I post a song on YouTube, I'm terrified of what might come back because it's just me trying to have fun, and I know that someone's going to come along and just tear into my track, and they could be absolutely right. It doesn't mean I'm still not scared, but it's hard.
Well, if anything you release out there as a creative person, you're always going to be scared of the feedback.
Yeah, and so this person who was digging into musicians and saying there's all this crap now, that doesn't help. You're not helping because whoever is posting that really shitty 4-second hardstyle track that you think is absolute crap, there's a person behind there making that track and putting their all into that and hoping to get feedback on how to be better. And when you tear into somebody like that, and this goes for any community, not just the musicians, but when you tear into somebody like that, even if it's anonymously on a confession blog, it hurts, you know. And that person who did that 40-second track that you didn't like is less inclined to do other music later. And we all know practice makes you better. It doesn't mean even if you're awful at something, if you practice at it, you can still be passable. You can still produce something that will be liked by someone if you practice. And when you tear into people like this, it reduces them wanting to practice. And that isn't helped along by the fact that nobody will view your shit unless it's promoted by Equestria Daily. Case in point, I have 3 pony songs up on YouTube. One of them has 60 views, one of them has 100 views, and the other one has almost 6,000 views. Can you care to take a guess at which one got into Equestria Daily?
The 100 view one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, and I dislike that because it's like as someone who produces something creatively, I want feedback. And if you're only going to look at the one song that made it to the popular blog, then why am I even bothering? Is the question that comes up? Yeah, I'm still going to do it because I like it, but that question still comes up.
Again, sorry to interrupt you, but that's kind of the same with me. At least almost every episode of my podcast, I'm always asking for feedback. I never get any, and sometimes it's really hard to continue when you don't get feedback that you need.
Yeah.
At least for me it is, because I'm a fag and stuff like that, but still.
And this is the second point that I was going to make. That confession got passed around between the different fandom musicians, and I won't name anyone because that's unfair of me to call out people, but it got passed around a bunch of musicians who were actually agreeing with it. You know, they said the market is oversaturated, there's too much, we need to cut down. The reason why there's all this crap is because there's too many people. And they were taking it like it's a business. And fandom, no matter what you're doing, fan fiction, music, podcasts, it is not a business. It is fandom. It's supposed to be fun. And the moment you get this idea in your head that everything has to be professional grade, you lose everything that makes it fun in a fandom.
Well, that's kind of the whole point of a fandom, is that it's a fandom is kind of a little bit amateurish and kind of, you know, not to say it in a negative way. The joy of being in a fandom is because you want to try new shit, and do new things centered around this thing you love, and it's not intended to be a professional thing. I don't think, if that makes any sense.
No, not at all. You're showing your love of something that is professionally done. Doesn't mean you have to be professional.
Yeah, I mean, if you, I'm not saying don't give it your all. Definitely, if you love something, give it your, do what you feel is right. Don't let anybody else tell you what you should do. It's like, this was a long time ago, actually. I kind of got into a fight with the one dude, I Bring the Lulls, regarding professionalism, where he felt that professionalism was the keystone of everything you should do. And I was in firm disagreement with him. And it kind of just turned into a pissing contest.
Professionalism should be the keystone to everything you do when you're doing things professionally.
Yeah.
I mean, when I do this podcast, I'm horrendously unprofessional. I write the show notes minutes before. I get my cool shit minutes before. We don't go in saying this is what we're going to do. We go in saying we're going to bullshit,
Yeah.
Would I take that same mentality, if I were doing a radio broadcast? No, because that's a professional medium, and you have to be professional. That's what people expect of you. But this is a fandom, and the very idea that people expect you to be professional, thanks to people only visiting Equestria Daily, people only visiting WHO's News, and only seeing the professional bits of the fandom, it's wildly inaccurate, and it gives you the exact wrong view of what a fandom should be. And so, like, whenever music goes up on Equestria Daily, I listen to all of it. People go on Equestria Daily even and only listen to stuff by D Notive and Mike the Mike and Alex S. And those are all great tracks. They're fantastic tracks, and I'm not saying they're not. But even things that get up on Equestria Daily that are music get ignored if it doesn't have this name attached to it that people know. And I think that's absolutely wrong. I've been pimping this guy Pinkie Pie Time on Tumblr because I think his stuff is really good, and he just hit 50 followers, and that's wrong. He puts out way more music than I do, and a lot of it is really good. He just doesn't reblock and post as much, and he's not friends with Apple Cider and all of that. But it's like this guy's doing so much more than I am. And he doesn't get the same feedback. Like, he gets stoked when I give him feedback, and it's like, why are you so excited? Like, whatever, and he's just not getting the views that he deserves. And so, when I go on Equestria Daily and I look at music, I listen to every goddamn song. And if I have the time, I'll comment on all of them on YouTube, because, that's just, you should. And when things get posted on Tumblr from musicians or reblogs from musicians, I listen to it, because you should, A fandom is not about who's the best at what. It's great that they're the best at something, and you should definitely check out everything they do, because they're the best at that, and that's super cool. But that doesn't mean you should diminish the work of other people, because it's a fandom and it's all about having fun.
Very, very
cool. I like to say that one aspect of the fandom that really kind of there is some it's very minor, where you feel the need to have an important name, kind of recognize you. And in this aspect of the fandom, if somebody who's big in that aspect of the fandom does acknowledge you, that it's still awesome. We're not saying that if such and such person says, hey, you did a great job, that's a bad thing. That's a great thing. But it should be on the same level as praise from other people.
You shouldn't do it just because you want that.
Yeah, and one aspect of the fandom that does that very well is the Rule 34 community, I think.
The community that everyone hates.
The community that everyone hates. Because, I follow a lot of artists on Tumblr, and a lot of them do Rule 34 work. And they do it because, they do it, and there's like an active, they take advice from everybody. They get praise from everybody, and they appreciate praise from everybody, and they do it because they want to do it. They love doing it. And it could very well be for popularity or whatever, but they, oh shit, what the hell am I trying to get with this point? Is that, there is, I guess what I'm trying to say is in the Rule 34 community, there's no king or queen of Rule 34. There's no lead, that aspect of the fandom has not assigned a leadership role to anyone. There is no Sithisto in Rule 34. There is no Apple Cider. There is no Mike the Microphone. It's just, you just do it. You just do what you do because you want to do it. And granted, it's the most hated aspect of the fandom, but it's the most mature. Mature in mentally mature, and probably just the most. It's the most grown up aspect of the fandom.
And really, I think that's because they're the most mature part of the fandom because everyone else thinks that they're immature.
Yeah.
And so people, Equestria Daily doesn't post Rule 34 because Hasbro looks at their stuff, and I understand that, and that's great. They want to do that because it's great that Hasbro's looking at their site all the time, and I think it's great that they want to present as the best foot forward. But people will look at that and then go, "This person doesn't approve of Rule 34, neither should I," and that's completely and totally incorrect. It's a rule because it's a rule. Rule 34 is a rule. There is porn. Deal with it, and so because everyone has this stigma that Rule 34 artists are just fat neckbeard basement dwelling jerk offs, that the Rule 34 community is actually much more mature because they deal with being thought of as immature.
I think it's really funny because here on Tumblr, I think it was day before yesterday. Or was it yesterday? No, it was the day before. There was that whole post your picture chain going on where everybody on Tumblr, Rule 34, not really Rule 34, were posting their actual pictures of their actual faces. And yeah, they weren't the fat, sweaty neckbeards. Most of them were totally normal people, totally normal dudes, totally normal girls. And it just so happens that they draw porn or they run a Tumblr, and there wasn't. That's going kind of off topic, but when you point out the whole neckbeard thing, I just wanted to make that point.
Yeah.
That they're not evil monsters. They're people like you.
Yeah, they're not the fags or the gays who are monsters.
No, the fags and the gays are the ones who are running the sites.
Yeah, they're destroying this community.
Yes.
Yeah, fun fact, most of the people who've been declared leaders are in fact gay. It's sort of like the gay conspiracy. It's like the Jew conspiracy. The Jews run the world.
A lot of them are furries too.
Yeah.
Actually.
Fucking.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Let's think about that for a second. Who's a furry here that's thought of as the head of the fandom? Purple Tinker, Apple Cider, Chef Sandy, Sithisto. All of those people are furries, and a good portion of them are also members, are also people of alternative sexualities.
Yeah.
So think about that for just a second.
Actually going a little off topic, there was this. Actually, I'm kind of thinking about this just because it'll be funny to make a really offensive parody of it. But there was this piece of literature put out by the Russian Swedish police to defame the Jewish community in Russia in the late 19th century called the Protocols of the Elders of Zion, which is basically this fake pamphlet that was put out, that was supposedly from a secret meeting of a Jewish Zionist Congress meeting, where they talked about basically wanting to take over the world. And thanks to this fake piece put out by the Russian secret police, it basically inspired Hitler to write to his thinking and to eventually, cause the horror that happened in World War II.
Well, I thought you were about to say the horror of the Wii U controller.
Oh yeah, that too. That's
the real tragedy here.
Yeah. And I just thought it'd be kind of funny if we put out the protocols of the homosexuals of Bronydom. About us.
Oh, God.
You realize
that
do this now, right?
Yeah, and you just realize I just expressed a thought. I had a thought.
All right, well, that's about all I have to say on that subject. Do any of you have anything to add?
I have one last.
I think I've done enough damage with me rambling on.
I think we got our point across, which is, I guess, it's the underlying message of our podcast, is that the Rule 34 part of the fandom is the best part of the fandom. So get used to it.
J-Hub, what do you want to say?
Oh, well, I want to talk about the little bit of fan fiction problem that I have seen, at least from some of my fellow ACON bronies on our Facebook page.
Oh, go for it.
You know how you were talking, Ben, about how people only listen to music if a certain name's attached?
Yes?
Yeah.
Basically, I've noticed that a bunch of people only read the fan fiction that has 5 or 6 stars on Equestria Daily.
Yeah, that's absolutely incorrect.
And Fall Equestria is great and all, but I've read some damn good fan fiction that has gotten maybe 2 stars on Equestria Daily.
And oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I was just going to say, it's a bit unfair of me to agree with that because my fan fiction that's up there is 4-starred, but go on.
But it just makes me really sad that people only... That's the word I'm looking for. Or phrase, I should say.
Well, it's the same thing with movies and video games. They only go for the games that... They only go for the number. They don't actually look at anything else. All they do is they say, okay, this thing has 5 stars. Okay, I'm going to rate it. Oh, this thing has only 3 stars. Fuck that. You see that a lot in video games and movies. I think, is that the point you're trying to make?
Yeah, that's one. I go to IGN quite a bit, at least for my video gaming news or Joystick. And I've noticed forums like GameFAQs.com that people always talk about how people just scroll down to the number system for their reviews and never bother to actually read the reviews. They only follow the number. They don't follow anything else.
Yeah, which is what... Well, and to go a little bit off topic, that's why I really appreciate sites like Rock, Paper, Shotgun, who do not, when they review a game, they do not put up a number review. You have to read the review.
That would be an asshole like me who just reads the last paragraph and gets the basic final synopsis. But the thing is, I don't look for the number. I will, if the game... If at least that little synopsis interests me, I will read through it all.
Yeah, and it's like, I guess the point I could see you're making is that, it's, there's so much more to something than just a number or a star.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just because something has 2 stars just means that the people who read it didn't like it. It doesn't
not
mean
their cup of tea.
Yeah. It's like, exactly. It could be there could have been something in there that offended them, so they went and gave it a low score.
Like maybe the Wii U controller appeared in it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you never know. So
I mean, that thing is atrocious, but still.
Well, and I guess we could say that your point could be applied to just about any piece of media that's out there that you have to invest more than just looking at it.
It's basically the whole old saying, don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
Actually take the time to look into something. Don't judge it. Well, take the time to research something for yourself. Don't take someone's word for it. If the synopsis sounds good, the fanfic synopsis sounds good to you, then read it. If you see it has maybe a 1 star, don't let that discourage you. Always give that person a chance, because they deserve it for the work they put into it.
Oh yeah.
Stroke.
Huh?
Nothing.
Oh. I thought you were making fun of me again, but
Just making fun of...
we always make fun of you.
that's
just making fun of Nyx.
oh.
That one. Well, I think I'm done.
All right. Does anyone
We're
else?
all pretty much done.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have? Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was at Ren Fair all day, and I think Jay Hoof was at a furry convention all
I was
day.
around furries everywhere. There was so much yiffing.
Yeah, just
Not only that, with all those fursuiters in one general area and being in Texas when it's about 100 degrees, that body heat. Oh, God.
yeah. Have you ever smelled 3-day-old cum in 110-degree weather?
It's not fun. That smell sticks with you the rest of your life.
Yeah. And you know, a lot of those guys are so fat that they can't wash their back properly, and they're not smart enough to actually grab that puffball on a stick to properly clean their back. So you know they fucking stink.
But what if they're like Todd
with a rag
from
on a
Code
stick.
Monkey?
Yeah, exactly.
But what if they're like Todd from Code Monkeys, who gets his mother to wash his back?
You know his mother was that doll, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That just shows how amazing she was. And she
Oh.
should be mother wife. And when
Oh.
she dies, he shall turn her into a pair of clothes so they may never be apart.
Oh, by the way, Code Monkeys is on Netflix. Go watch that shit. It's fucking amazing.
Go watch
And-
it now.
Yes, it was the only good thing that G4 ever put out.
Yeah.
And
And they
it's,
were fools for canceling it.
yes, and go into this realizing that the character Todd is basically Chris Chan.
Yeah.
That is Chris Chan.
Yeah, he really is. But he has the greatest voice in the world because I love that guy so much.
Yeah, unlike Chris Chan, we actually like Todd.
Yeah. Because he created the game Cock Goblin.
Yes.
Yo, why don't you call it Goblin Cock? Well, I am fond of Goblin Cock. I much prefer Cock Goblin.
Yes, check it out. It's amazing.
Yes, I've seen that episode way too many times.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else anyone would like to add to our main topic before I give sort of a last thing?
Do it because you want to do it. Don't do it because you want somebody to pat you on the head.
Yeah,
You're not-
do it because it's fun. It's too much like work if it isn't fun.
Don't be a dog. Dogs only do that stupid shit because they want the treat you give them.
Yeah.
Don't be a dog.
And remember that fandom is exactly what you make it. Nobody else can dictate what the fandom is for you whatsoever.
Yes. Actually, Azure, you probably have the best advice.
What about my advice? It was pretty good.
Shut up.
Oh, I really am the new Lucky. Oh.
Yes. Well, you know, there's a ranking system on this podcast.
Fuck.
It's like, based entirely on geography. It's like we have.
So the extreme north and the extreme south.
No, it basically goes California, South Dakota, Kentucky, Texas, and Canada.
Okay.
Because that's the location. That's the locations of all our most common the most common locations for the people we have on. So obviously Lucky was at the bottom of the barrel, so that was Canada. He's not here, so then it goes to the next one, which is Texas.
Oh well, I can deal with that.
Don't worry, if you weren't here, we'd be doing it to Azure Kadabra. So.
Yeah.
And if he wasn't here, well, we wouldn't do a podcast because me and Ben are just really boring to listen to.
It's very true. You guys are fags.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I just have one last thing, and this is actually for all of our listeners. I'm gonna challenge you guys, all of you who are listening in, all of you who are downloading our podcast. All of you are great, and after tonight, I think it would be interesting if we gave you a challenge. If you go on over to our Tumblr, grandcamelotcavalcade.tumblr.com, at the very top there is this row of buttons, and one of them is shaped like a pencil. And if you click on that, it will take you to our submission box. And so I want you guys, not just this week, but every week, anytime you see anything that you really like and you think is cool, that hasn't made it to Equestria Daily, hasn't been pimped on DHN, they haven't talked about it on Bronyville, Omnipony hasn't reblogged it on his blog, anything like that, anything that you think deserves attention because you think it's awesome.
What about the lovely J-Hoof if he doesn't reblog it?
Shut up, J-Hoof. Anything you guys think is awesome and cool, submit it to us. I want to see what you guys come up with because chances are you're going to 99% of what you submit I am going to have never seen before. And so I think it'd be cool if we just sort of had like a little extra bit of cool shit every week from you guys. So go on over to grandcamelotcavalcade.tumblr, click on our submission button, and submit us things that you think are cool that just don't have the attention that they deserve. And that's the last bit I'm going to say on that subject.
Yeah, and I'm just double checking right now. You can either submit as a member of Tumblr, or if you're not a member of Tumblr, you can still submit. You just have to put in your email and a name. And it's set to, you can submit text, you can submit a photo, you can submit a link, you can submit a video or a quote. So we will accept anything, and you don't even have to be a member of Tumblr to do so.
Wait, will you really accept anything?
We'll look at it, and
because my buddy Dallas is in the room right next to me, and he's been listening to all this, and he just submitted something to you guys.
Well, we will. We do have to follow the laws of the United States. So if, depending on what you submit, we may or may not have to contact the FBI. So just be careful.
Well, probably with this, you will have to contact the FBI.
Okay. Well, I've already got their email in my contacts. So.
You're quite frequent with them, aren't you, buddy?
tips@fbi.gov.
Oh, shit, that just reminded me of the one cool thing I've been wanting to pin for a long-ass time, and I'm going to have to wait till next time. Damn it!
You gonna leave it for next time?
Yeah, I guess I'm going to have to, because it's like the greatest thing ever.
Okay.
Wait,
well,
I think now, then that gives Ben more work.
He's probably not going to edit this out.
Really now?
Really, I'm on Synthetic Earth's Tumblr for some reason, and I've just been staring at that apple bean Pinkie Pie he has in the background, and I have to shit really bad right now, so we should probably end this.
I see. You just don't want me to get out my amazing cool shit because of the show.
Don't make me kick you from the call.
Dude,
but you're not hosting the call. Ha ha.
I'm prairie dogging it, dude. We gotta fucking end this.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and give us our lists, our ending lists.
Our ending things. Our podcast Tumblr is grandcamelotcavalcade.tumblr.com. Our illustrious hosts are Endefmac at www.endefmac.com and bullshit@bullshit.tumblr.com. And our fantastical guests of this week were Azure Kadabra at azurkadabra.tumblr.com and Jhoof at jhoof.tumblr.com and the Eowdy Rough Bronies at podomatic.com.
I won't believe how many questions I got at fucking Akon about that.
Yowdy Rough
I hate you all, but I love you.
I really like that. Yowdy.
Curse my dyslexia. I create something unintentionally.
Okay, I think we're done here.
Yeah, pretty much.
Be out. Um,